Hey, what's up, folks? So how to use the DM script. If you go to Six Figure Templates, it's here now. You will see content and you will see DM script. So here's the first script, Six Figure Messenger script. You will see obviously the video here. Now you can just click here and make a copy. And what you want to do, you want to go here and make a copy for yourself and save it wherever you want. Okay, so you have the copy for yourself. Maybe you want to change it, whatever. So just to show you a little bit about what it is and to explain the context, how to use it. So obviously we start with cold outbound if you're reaching out to people. Some things to keep in mind is that human communication is highly unpredictable. Imagine if the person is standing in front of you, right? The way you would talk to them, it wouldn't be. Sometimes people are awkward in DMs. They forget that on the other side of that conversation is a real person. Be yourself, obviously, and have a genuine interaction, have a genuine curiosity about them and so on. That will help a lot. So, cold DM, you want to demonstrate that you are a normal human being, number one. This is what people overlook. They just reach out and consider that everyone thinks they're okay, cool, normal, whatever, right? Neighbor, brother, husband, father, whatever, right? We are. They don't know that. You might be an AI, you might be a bot, you might be fake profile, right? Like they have no idea. You might be a psychopath, right? I hope you're not, since you're in this community, but you know what I mean. So this is the connect phase, right? So these are the objectives. You want to show them you're a normal human being. They should feel safe about you. You want to increase chances of your friend request being accepted. You want to use the algorithm because they will see your content if you talk to them in DMs. And in most cases, you want to build real relationship. real connection, right? Especially with ice cold people. They don't know you and so on. One very important thing to always keep in mind is situational awareness. Reading the room, the temperature, the pulse, the signals, right? So not following any script, to the T, or like going on with your agenda, whatever it is, but being situationally aware. Checking what's happening, right? Reading the signal. It's kind of like dating. I always say that. To me, it's just the no-brainers. Like if you were on a date, you wouldn't follow just the script no matter what they say. You wouldn't push on with your agenda no matter what's happening, right? You read the signal. You would read what's happening, right? So people are very proud of their work, post stories they put out, anything like personal and so on. Ideas, messages, and so on. So everyone likes to hear something good about themselves. So it's very important that you're genuine, though. You don't want to be over the top. Some people do that, and then it triggers the BS meter on, and the resistance on the other side. It's like you're just saying this so you open the conversation. So be genuine, and if you really mean it, don't be over the top, and this will help you stand out. So the easiest way by far to connect with new people is via Facebook stories and reels, if they post them, right? Especially stories. Let me actually remove reels, because stories is completely different thing, because you are immediately in Messenger. You respond to their story and you are now in Messenger, right? If they're active in target groups, you can engage on their post. Like if they post something, they ask a question, whatever, give them value. You can also engage with their comments. You can like their comment, like react. You can also reply to their comment. You can then reach out around that thing, whatever is discussed here, around that topic, let's say. Obviously, if they're not active in the groups, check their profiles. Now, they might not be even active on their profiles, so that's another thing. Now, appear. How do you want to appear? Like you want to open with a reason, right? Why? Don't just send, hey, you, or whatever, right? It's like, I just, saw your post about XYZ and I loved that you, whatever, right? Like you want to find something you can genuinely compliment, something you genuinely like about what they posted, and if they don't post about business marketing or anything they do, like in terms of business, maybe you can find something around where they're from, or like they were on a holiday, I don't know where, or whatever that you might like, or you want to go there, or whatever it is, right, that you can actually connect on. It's try to find something that's recent. You don't want to find something that's happened a long time ago, or they were talking about it before, because they'll forget about it in most cases, and then it doesn't hit or resonate. Then after that, you can ask them if you want to start this to business immediately. You can do this. I'm not suggesting it's always the best way, because they might be like, if they're a bit sophisticated, they got these kind of messages already, this might trigger them. But your initial messages should help with that. So they should feel, like safe, open to you, like more actually, open to talk, to have a conversation. So if you see anything about, let's say, affiliate marketing on the profile, how long you've been affiliate, or coach, or like, let's say, been an affiliate or a coach, right? If there's something about, or coaching, let's say, right, or anything else. Do you run your own offers or promote as an affiliate? There are many different ways we can open a convo around what they're doing. Like, you can say, out of curiosity, I just wanted to, or like, are you driving traffic to a funnel, right? What platforms you're using? Are you using any other platforms, like, and stuff like that, right? Okay, cool. You can open up, again, you can open up about problems you have experienced with those previous vehicles. Like, if you have tried them, right, you tried this or whatever, posting on TikTok, let's say, if they say that, you can open up what happened to you. Not criticizing, not throwing rocks at the thing, just saying what happened to you, right? Again, you can use many different ways to try to find out there's a challenge they're facing, right? If, let's say, they drive traffic to a funnel, I'm curious how funnels convert these days, because I've been hearing mixed feedback, or getting mixed feedback, or, stuff like that. They either open about the challenge they're having, or why they aren't doing something, right? Or maybe they just lie and tell you everything's fine, right? Or throw a smoke screen, right? Which means they don't trust you. Simple as that. In this case, you can compliment. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, yeah, so in this case, just compliment and keep the conversation going, right? They don't trust you enough, so you don't want to burn the lead. So if they tell you anything, what would you change about XYZ if you could, though, let's say? Or even if they don't, if you want, you can press with this question and feel the pulse a bit further. And if they keep pulling back or telling you how they're doing amazing, then you can stop there. And you can also frame it from what they're gonna get. Why? Just asking because I'm working on a free PDF, Google Doc training, video training around XYZ. And how it's always good to add how you have done something, right? How you have transitioned to, let's say, Facebook organic, or to generating leads using only your Facebook profile, etc., whatever, because that will interest them and you can follow up, right? And then it opens the door that you can always follow up now with that freebie again, right? Like, just checking, do you want me to send the thing, it's ready, or I'm putting finishing touches on it, or whatever. Thanks for sharing that. Always thank them for being honest, sharing that with you if they shared any problem. You can open up, share your experience. That will help. Now, again, situational awareness and reframing. Based on what you said about XYZ, from my experience, when people say it's this, so whatever they said, there's an underlying issue that's causing that, right? So whatever the actual problem is, this is where you are now showing your authority, right? Do you actually know what you're talking about? They're not aware of the problem they're having, right? From there, based on their answer, or you can just keep going. You don't want to make those messages too long, by the way. You can ask for a permission. So if they're really engaged in the convo, they're talking openly, you have demonstrated some authority, you are providing some value with these here with the idea, what could it be, and so on, and here what you would give them, right? Building some reciprocity as well. So I've worked with many affiliates in the past, let's say many affiliates or coaches. I might be able to send you some more resources if you want. You can also always make it sexier and insert like more name, resources. shows leadership, right? You are now helping, showing up, you have stuff you can help them and so on. You're not just pitching, chasing them, dropping a link. Now, this might be totally inappropriate since we don't know each other that long, but I think I got a few ideas for you how you could, whatever the goal, right? Or that could help you, with the challenge. So like let's say like that. Would you mind me asking 2 or 3 questions? So if they say, no, it's cool, good, whatever. If you want, you can qualify further if you don't know much about them. Would you mind me asking 2 or 3 questions real quick, just for the sake of clarity around your situation, or just so I know what resource specifically to send? You can say like that, because it's not this but that, right? So it makes sense to find out more, and you can frame it from that perspective, this question. I advise you to frame all these questions from that perspective, what's happening in the situation, and also using your voice. How would you actually say that? I just want to get an idea what's most relevant to you right now. So like what resource to send. Obviously, I'm lacking clarity in order to provide you feedback. So that's why you're asking question. Okay. Now this is the audition stage where we try to open them up, right? Find out more, the 2 to 3 questions. Objectives are now we want to create a gap between where they're right now, where they want to be. You want to become their advisor, trusted advisor, right? And you want to create some urgency. So go from the least invasive questions to the most invasive questions, right? You want to reframe the heavy questions. Probably you got some from other people like that. And what happens, it's easier not to answer. So people ghost them. Right, so you want to start with the least invasive. To better understand your situation, what exactly do you promote? What are the price points? You can start with the offer. One of the ways to ask, what is it? Acknowledge, compliment, ask, but above all, be curious, really. If you didn't understand what exactly the offer is, if you don't understand how it works or the pricing, don't just agree and move on with your agenda. Try to find out when you say da-da-da-da. Sorry, what do you mean by that? I'm not sure I understand. Or can you, expand on that? And so on. So label everything they say, right? Labeling means like you take what they said and give it back to them. So it's like kind of like doing a tie down. They cannot pull back later and say they didn't say this or they didn't have that problem, whatever. So you do that with problems, but you do that also with whatever they're mentioning about the offer, right? So when you say offer for da-da-da-da-da, you're targeting these type of people. Is that right? Let's say that'd be labeling, okay? And also being curious, trying to find out more. When you say XYZ, why do you think that happens? Or when you say, whatever, what have you tried to, solve that problem that would get you, to the goal, right? So acknowledge, compliment, and above all, right, be curious. Depending how much they share, how open they are, you can go to permission now, or if not enough info, continue with the next questions. What are you trying to achieve with XYZ, right? What revenue goal would you like to hit in the time period? You can ask either this, or make it so you want to tie it to a number, like in the next 90 days, 100 days, whatever, 30 days, or a holiday, like by Christmas, by Thanksgiving, by, something like that. That way they have more clarity on, okay, when, what. Otherwise, everyone will just tell you 10K a month. It's a default answer. So what's the goal you're trying to find out? They tell you what's the goal, love the goal, whatever, or when you say 7K a month, very interesting. Usually people say 5 or 10. Why 7? Like, would that supplement your income, or you could replace your income? I'm just curious, like, why 7, right? You're being curious. You're not just saying, love the goal, and then next question. And if you don't mind me asking, how close are you to hitting that goal? So we are now figuring out where they are. We created the gap. So you see these questions we ask here, these 3 questions in a row, right? We've created the gap. Like, we know where they want to be, right? Because they told us at the beginning, the first question, what they promote, what they're trying to achieve, the goal. And now we also know how far are they from that goal, right? And so now they told us they also know it, right? Because if they say it, they will own it. If you say it, they will doubt it. So we want them to say as much as possible. And what do you personally feel is missing? You can ask like that, or hypothetically speaking, something is missing. What would you say that is? That's even more like soft, laid back. We just worked with a few affiliates, clients, coaches, clients, whatever you want to say, and help them do XYZ. So I might be able to share some good insights on that. Or, we hear this a lot, right? It's not unique. You're not the only one. Usually, there are a gazillion people having the same problem, right? It's never this one person, but they feel it's only them. It's a very common issue. So many are having the problem. Permission, do you mind me sharing some genuine feedback with you? Like, you can ask this in any way, shape possible you prefer. I have a few ideas on how you could, solve the problem. Are you open to hearing it? Do you mind if I share, a few ideas with you? You can ask any of these questions. The goal is really to also ask a no-based question where they will say no instead of having to say yes. Do you mind? No, I don't mind, right? So from here, I suggest you either send them a video DM where you walk them through the thing, don't give them insight in a long paragraph, long message, or an audio. You can possibly do an audio, but definitely don't type out a huge long message. Send them a video DM, offer a call, or give them the lead magnet, the free training, the free guide, whatever you have, right? And that's if the price is mid or high ticket. Obviously, if it's low ticket, maybe you don't need to do any of these. You can just tell them what the offer is and how it could help them, right? So now we get into the reframe. If you've built enough authority, trust, you can skip this part. Here, educate them on the real problem. So if you have done that, maybe you don't need to do that, right? Totally get that XYZ is the problem based on what you said, and then you can say, whatever you wanted. Based on what you said about XYZ, from my experience, when people say it's this, right? So now you go deep into reframe. What's the other challenge? What I mentioned that we're going to do above. Like this symptom gets always caused by this core problem. Let's say not getting enough leads, like usually people are getting ghosted because they don't have an authority. People don't see them as an authority. Like that's the core problem. It's not that you have bad leads or they're just ghosting you. That's just a symptom, right? So here's why that happens, or why you don't have an authority. Makes sense. Here's how you could build authority. Here's what we do, let's say, right? Or whatever the issue is. So you want to share that decision. If they say okay or have questions about it, about your feedback, it's too much to type, you don't want to type that much, send the video DM, or ask if they have 5 or 10 minutes now or later today, like for the call, or offer the free thingy, right? I can walk you through some frameworks on how you can solve the core problem that we have just educated them on, right? They didn't know they have it. That will possibly get you to the goal, right? I'm not claiming 100%, but possibly could, right? If you solve that. If you want to give free thingy, I could grant you access to, I could possibly grant you access to training that will help you with the problem. So you could possibly get to your goal, right? Or if it's a video DM, just send a video DM. I have all the info on how you could possibly get to the goal in a tiny Google Doc. For example, this is if you want to low ticket offer and you want to just show the offer, you can say it like this and just offer that. So if they say okay, if it's a call, cool if I share a Calendly link and you book the time, you can add, like, let's say it's more practical that way. Let me know if the time works for you. Let me know if you got the access, if you give them free thing, or give me, if you don't have the email, obviously you would first ask give me your best email so I can send you the access. Okay, let me know if you got the access, sending you some feedback soon. If it's going to be video DM, maybe you cannot do it immediately. Okay, if I share the invitation to the group here, if you're inviting them to the group and the free thing is there, right? Like depending on what the approach is, what you're giving. Optional, what you can do here to lower the remorse in case they have any about saying yes or to listen to you. Once you invite them, they might start pulling back. You can share relevant testimonials or your win or a client win from the program you're in or your client or whatever. Because it might be a similar situation. They went from a similar thing. Or if you're inviting them, let's say, to the group, you can tag them on the relevant materials in the group or on the live resource, whatever, right? If at any point they ghost you, or they start giving you one-word answers or putting just thumbs up, you want to change the pace. So you can make a joke. This is something I would advise practicing. It's not going to be, because most people tell me like, oh, what kind of joke? You will see, just start doing it, practicing whatever light thing you can say, funny, witty, whatever, it's going to be easier. You can tell them, sorry if your feedback was over the top, right? Or you were too blunt, honest, or whatever. And you can say, I prefer no fluff. So, sorry, or if they don't even answer any of these, you can go like really hardcore and like passive aggressive and say, sorry if I have offended you, like it wasn't my intention. Usually on that people will answer, but that's like the last resort. No worries, I'll send the training as soon as I'm back at my computer. If they say anything, respond like, no, it's okay, no, it wasn't, your feedback or whatever. Okay, so that was called. Now, warm outbound is, we will follow basically the same ideas in the next two, like warm outbound and also inbound messaging. The difference is dynamic, the amount of trust, right? KLT, and do they see you as an authority or not? So in this case, people know you, like you on the based on the previous interactions you had. Maybe they trust you to a certain degree, right? So now when you connect, you're reaching out in a genuine way, like connecting with an old friend based on whatever was talked about before. You can connect based on that. But keep in mind, you still want to build trust and, that real relationship. Again, situational awareness, potential buyer, right? So I can make an offer now, same like above, keep going, or just continue to nurture. Give some ideas, give some help, invite them to the group and stuff like that. Hey, thanks for the brilliant comment on, if they commented on your thing or loved your post on the thing, right? And then after a quick chat, you can steer it towards business. So you can read this. I'm not going to go through it. It's more or less very similar approach. It's just easier to show them because there's some trust, right? So then if they're opening up, showing signals, showing interest, you can share the high level promise of your program. Like we help people do XYZ without right? And then you can see what's the feedback. Is there any questions? Do they think that's great? Do they show any interest about it, etc.? If they do, awesome. If they don't, no worries. So just check if that makes sense with them. What's the offer? Does that make sense? What we do, how we help people. And from there, you can lead to an offer if there is enough trust. Again, read the signals, situational awareness. They either open up about the challenge they're having or why they're doing something, right? And so again, I'm not going to read this. You do basically very similar approach like before. You structure the questions to open the gap like before and so on, right? So you can check these and see how to reframe the questions and so on. Now you can, if you get to the point you're talking about the problem or even about your solution, your offer, etc., you can use this to see if there's urgency. Like, I think I got an answer to this, but always gotta ask, right? So it's very laid back. Is handling this a priority or solving this XYZ a priority, or more of a get it to eventually kind sort of a thing? You want to know if they're gonna, because all this is tying down what they're saying. You want them to tell you. They say they will own it, right? They want to solve it now. It's like, this is urgent, right? You want to hear that. Okay, do you mind me sharing some genuine feedback with you? Again, we are going to the permission. And then you see variation 1, how you can approach, or variation 2 with some proof. We just had someone who did You will see, realize how it works. Decision, like, don't want to waste time in DMs. You don't want to, so lead to the next step, whatever, free thingy, call, video DM, whatever it is, invite them in your community, your ecosystem, so on. So here's, okay, what are the next steps? Same as above. Proposal, well, cool. Well, look, depending if you're interested in this or not, again, very laid back, soft, detached, right? Not pushing or anything. If I show you some XYZ problem offer frameworks we used for our clients and how they produce what goals, would you want to hop on a quick call, or would you be interested in watching that if it's a training, right? Or just send a DM if it's a video DM, or if you're going to share a Google Doc offer and so on, or invite to the group, right? So you have all the options. Again, prevent remorse before sharing access, jumping on a call, send more social proof. Hey, just saw this win in our community, or saw win from a client. You can share the screenshots, like had to share this, excited to rock and roll. If they're gonna, watch the training, jump on a call, etc. Now, for the last one is two-step offer and offer post. So these are inbound leads. So John, again, open with the compliment. It's better if you start like that. They'll feel better. And then these little compliments, like when you share something you like about what they do, genuinely will decrease ghosting 100%, right? And increase reciprocity. So also saw your comment on my post, whatever the thing is, right? Or saw your me comment on my post, right? Whatever the CTA was. Optional, this can actually help a lot. You can share the screenshot of the post. You can even share the screenshot of their comment on your post. This will remind them, refresh their memory. Some people forget what they said and they see your name. They're like, what the heck? And I'm in the middle of my burger and or playing with my kid. Like, who are you? So to do that, this is also good option. Do you still want the thing, or should I send it over, or, And if warm, you can end it with, this is the best feedback on how much they want the thing or trust you. Okay, cool. So I was really busy with share whatever. Real thing kept you busy. I'm currently putting the finishing touches on that training, slowly putting it all together. I will send it over during the week. I will make sure you get it once it's done. So you can say either of these. And then to try to audition, right? Would you mind though if I ask you a 2, 3 for the sake of clarity around, and then we move again to the same questions, right? Reframing from least invasive to most. Urgency, same again. We want to figure out if their urgency, they want to do it now, and so on. So this will get you to cool. So can I be honest with you for a second? This is in case you're giving them free access, but you feel like to a thingy or something that, they should actually get to the offer. Cool, so the training on creating is powerful, but I don't think this will get you to XYZ based on what you told me. There's maybe a bigger problem that has to be fixed first. So now you're moving to reframe again. What's the actual problem? It's not this, it's that. Now, if you want to check if there is urgency, and then again, seduce, option 1, option 2, with some social proof. This is the symptom, what you're trying to solve, what's the actual core problem. Again, decision, see if they want to move or not, have a decision. Then whatever, invite to the group, call, access, video DM, whatever it is. Prevent remorse, so make sure they actually watch it and increase the value of whatever you are giving them, right, based on some social proof. And so here you have some frequently asked questions. A lot of people ask me this all the time, like what to say if someone comes and say, what's this that you do? So check these. These are very simple, straightforward. And yeah, so this kind of like guide how to actually use it. Let me know if it makes sense, and drop a comment or in the business questions thread if you have any questions about this. See ya.